guys, Jess and Andrew here, and it is Sunday, December 4th, and this is Subtrending, the go-to show for the latest and greatest in geek news. Holy shit, I cannot believe it's December already.
Yeah, but
isn't that weird?
If we get weeks like this.
I know, it was an awesome week for news. So if you guys have been living under a rock...
Stretch my height bone really quick.
Oh, okay, that sounds disgusting. I don't know, put that thing away on camera.
Oh.
But so if you guys have been living under a rock, we had the Video Game Awards this week on Thursday, and then today we had the Sony press conference as part of PSX, which is currently going on this weekend. It'll actually be, by the time that you guys are watching this video, it'll be wrapping up.
Yeah, we pretty much be over.
So many cool video game announcements, awards were given, trailers were thrust upon us.
I took it.
Yeah?
Took them all.
Eagerly.
Eagerly.
So are you ready to talk about the VGAs?
You better fucking believe it.
Okay, so VGA's Video Game Awards, we're going to talk about all of the latest winners.
Yep.
So first things first, Game of the Year.
The big upset.
Really? Yeah, it was a surprise. So drum roll without hitting the table because that's really annoying. Overwatch.
Yeah, which you're fine with.
No, okay. No.
Okay.
So, I mean, I am... Okay, so Overwatch, and I even actually posted a tweet about this, I think. Or maybe it was on Facebook. I don't remember. Overwatch is probably my favorite game of the year. I don't think it should have won Game of the Year.
I don't either.
I think that Uncharted 4 should have.
Yep.
And that's kind of what you think, too?
Oh, 100%. Uncharted 4 has been my game of the year. It was the first new game of the year it was one of the first new games of the year I played.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, even from that moment, I was like, yeah, this is my game of the year.
I think, because to me, the Game of the Year award, it recognizes the game that excels in really all areas of gaming, and is kind of like the pinnacle of, okay, this was the game that was the greatest this year. Yeah, as it implies.
Defined the year.
Yeah.
Like, this is our year.
And I think, you know, as much as Overwatch really did define this year, and I think that it's an incredibly innovative game.
Yeah, it's shown.
I think that it was amazing in how it took a whole bunch of people like me who aren't really, I'm not really a first-person shooter player. Yeah, and you aren't either.
Competitively, I'm not like a multiplayer.
Yeah, we're not, yeah, exactly. Like, we don't play those competitive multiplayer shooter type games. But because of the likability, the character design, the level design, the amount of effort and attention that Blizzard puts into that game, it turned a really large group of people who don't normally play games like that into people who play those kinds of games.
Definitely. It has a wide and large fan base. And you can tell. You just look on the internet for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, everything. There's fan fiction, there's porn, there's everything. Everything and anything involving Overwatch. But no, getting back to the Video Game Awards, though, so you were expecting Uncharted 4 also.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I woke up, I went to bed before they started, and I woke up, I was absolutely surprised that Overwatch was good.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up, I have a list right here of the other titles that were being considered for Game of the Year. So we also had Doom.
Yep, which will actually be my second place one.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Then we also had Inside.
I didn't play it, so I can't really say.
Okay. Titanfall 2.
Does not belong on that list.
Does not belong on that list, right? Like, honest to God, Call of Duty was better than Titanfall.
I won't say that because I didn't play a lot of Call of Duty, but I don't think Titanfall deserves to be on that list.
Yeah. Maybe even, if it weren't so late, maybe even 15, like Final Fantasy 15 belongs more on the list than Titanfall does.
I would have put that on the list.
But a little late is kind of the problem with that one. I've heard a lot of people say they thought that Doom deserved to win, and I disagree with that one. To me, Doom was fun, but it wasn't Game of the Year worthy to me. But I'm very happy that the game made a resurgence. It was cool to see it.
I can't wait to I want that back.
So we have some other categories here. Best Game Direction. Once again, Overwatch took it home.
I agree with that.
Or Blizzard, I guess, is the studio. It went to the studio. So Blizzard. Best Narrative, Uncharted 4.
I think that's the most disturbing thing that really shows that, like, the Uncharted first and foremost is a story-based game.
Yeah.
I think that had anybody else won it, it would have been an absolute travesty.
Inside won Best Art Direction, which makes complete sense. Some of the other games made by Play Dead were...
Limbo.
Limbo? I thought there was another one.
No, I think this is just their second game.
Okay, well, Limbo's art direction is beautiful. I love that game. So, well-deserved. I haven't played Inside, but I think that's one that I'm going to add to my ever-growing list of games. Best Music, Doom.
No, once again, 100% agree. Doom had a phenomenal soundtrack. I don't care if you like power metal, kind of like what it was, but no, it fit.
It fit, yeah.
It wasn't.
It very much kind of paid
homage.
Yeah.
To the original.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. No, I think it was a good choice. Best Performance, which is Best Voice Actor.
And or mocap.
Oh, yeah, or motion cap. I forgot about that. It went to Nolan North, surprise, surprise, as Nate Drake.
This is actually his first win as Nate Drake.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's an interesting little
Yep.
fact to have for us.
Amy Hennig, the creator of the Uncharted series,
Mhm.
that it's well deserved in time.
Yep. Games for Impact, that Dragon Cancer one, which is one of those games that I've heard is absolutely incredible, and I just know I'm going to be an emotional wreck playing it, so I've been putting it off.
I don't think I'll ever play it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can. I don't think I'll ever be ready for that.
Yeah.
No. Best indie game, Inside. I personally would have gone with Stardew Valley.
I would have gone with Stardew Valley
Inside
also.
Or Firewatch, or The Witness.
Yeah. So best mobile game, Pokemon Go. Is
Yes.
anybody really surprised by that one?
I mean, I kind of, but not really.
Yeah, to me, I think that Monster Hunter Generations, I think that was another real contender for that category.
As well.
And Fire Emblem. But to me, I think that Pokemon Go, just like
The cultural impact alone.
yeah, and like that's the thing, is like, so one of the real major accomplishments that game devs try to do is like, so of course, with games, you whenever there's news about them, whenever there's that hype about them, you get the circles that talk about it, you know what I mean? Whether they're YouTube channels like us, whether it's IGN, whether it's, but when you get mainstream media like ABC News, CNN, and stuff like that talking about certain games and certain pieces of media, that's when you know that you have like a very big impact in the market.
Yeah.
And Pokemon Go did that. Pokemon Go took over the news for months. Like, you still get the occasional Pokemon Go story. And I think that really, like, that speaks for itself. So, well-deserved, I think, with that one. It's had its problems, but I think it's well-deserved.
It's getting better.
Best VR game went to Res Infinite.
I haven't played VR yet.
Best action game, Doom.
I agree with that.
I agree with that, too. Best action/adventure game went to Dishonored 2.
I haven't played Dishonored 2, but one of the other nominees for this was Ratchet & Clank and then Uncharted. Ratchet & Clank actually would have been mine.
Really? More so than Uncharted?
Yes.
Yeah. Best RPG went to The Witcher 3. Well deserved, I think.
To be clear, Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, the expansion.
Oh yes, you're right. I should include that. Yes, the DLC. So yeah, went to Blood and Wine expansion. I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, I'm just glad Dark Souls 3 didn't.
Best fighting game went to Street Fighter 5. Pretty cool. Best strategy game, Civ 6.
Shocking, really.
Yeah, I mean, Civilization comes out and it's a phenomenal strategy game. So, best family game, Pokemon Go. Best sports game, Forza Horizon 3. Best multiplayer, Overwatch. And I definitely think that's well deserved. And most anticipated game, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And I think that's
trending gamer as well, but I mean that was fan voted, so
yeah,
that's a huge deal. But congrats to
Boogie. Yeah. Yes.
Really awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
No, Game Awards, there was only one big upset. The rest of them I mostly agreed with.
Yeah, I think that most people agreed with a lot of them. Yeah, I would definitely say the big one was Game of the Year. I think that was a real shocker to a lot of people.
But I mean, Blizzard worked hard on Overwatch.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, and that wraps us up for the Video Game Awards.
Yeah,
if you guys agree with any of these or disagree, write us in the comments. We'd love to hear what your opinions are.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if people think of any that were nominated that they deserve to win over.
Yes. All right. Okay, so on Thursday as well, we also saw some new footage from a couple highly anticipated video games coming out in the next couple years.
Yes.
So Death Stranding, which is a Kojima game, really big deal. He is a god in gaming.
I want to talk about this really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kojima finally got his industry icon award from last year that Konami forbade him from going to award show and getting his award. He gave a really great speech, very simple, but said a lot about how he felt post Konami, and you really feel for the guy, and you really understand that this dude is such a big deal in the industry. Mm-hmm. Like, this guy is a god to some people in this industry, and there's a reason why. He's very good at what he does, and he really has a passion for video games, and you can tell in his very, very short speech.
Yes.
Very good speech. But sorry, I just want to throw that out there. That was a huge moment. They opened the show with Kojima getting his award. Mm-hmm.
And I'm very interested in how the backlash that's going to be aimed towards Konami. You know what I mean? I know, but I think that it's going to be even more so because it's like they completely devastated this man, and he is just such you can tell, like, there are certain people who are like the inventor, imagination, pure type people, and he is like that. He's like the Willy Wonka of gaming. You know what I mean? Like, he has that sort of spirit to him.
He encompasses the idea of a creator.
Yes. So I think that Konami really cut off their own arm.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens. But getting to Death Stranding, which is his new game, we saw another trailer today, or not today, on Thursday. And oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening.
No one does.
But like, I'm in. You know.
I think I'm really in.
Yeah.
Mostly because like I just have started to get into Kojima world. With the Metal Gear series.
Yeah, you've played a shit ton of Metal Gear this past
year.
Yes,
a lot of Metal Gear recently. Within the last calendar year, and so I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm ready to dive into a new IP with him because I didn't do that with Metal Gear. It's an old series. I'm excited to dive in with everyone else in the hype.
Yes.
I want to predict with people. I love fan theories and shit like that, and I didn't get to do that with Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
In case you don't watch Iron Couch and you don't know how much we're obsessed with fan theories.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like I didn't get that with the Phantom Pain because I was so out of it. So I'm excited to jump in with this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Confirmed
to be in the game. That was rumored
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. At least in like the trailer, but he wasn't in the credit screen for the trailer as part of the cast.
Yeah.
Which was weird. So he might just be like a very small part.
Yes.
That's kind of the thought so far.
Yeah.
It
looks really good though. The animation's beautiful, highly conceptual.
I believe they said that's running in engine too, like in
that's insane.
It's not pre-rendered.
That's insane.
If that's the case, that's incredible.
Yeah.
If it's not the case, whatever, it's just in the game trailer.
Yeah.
He still hasn't come out and said what his engine is that he's making, or he's not making an engine for the first time in forever. They haven't said what it actually is, so like it could be anything.
Yeah.
But he said there's a lot of clues about the game in this trailer and still in the old trailer.
And one of the most interesting things is that when you play the old trailer and this trailer simultaneously...
you get started at the same time.
Yes, start them at the same time. The fetus that you see Norman Reedus holding in the first trailer is transferred over to Guillermo, wow, there we go, character in the second one.
Yeah. So
kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's holding it and it disappears, and that's when it pops up in the mason jar kind of thing. But yeah, Kojima's doing he did a conference or a panel at PSX today. I didn't get to see it, so we're going to talk more about this. I'm sure he didn't give a whole lot of clues and was very elusive as per usual.
Yep. But that's really all with Death Stranding. We're going to move over to Mass Effect, which also had some gameplay footage released on Thursday. It was really highly anticipated. I keep using the word highly anticipated, but like really, that's the theme of this show.
It really is.
Highly anticipated.
You have me, who is excited about literally everything.
Yeah.
Like a bunny or a puppy, and you throw these awesome things at me. I'm like, I'm stoked.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I have you on the show. Is you're a little video game nerd. I mean, we all are, but you might be the nerdiest in that regard. So Mass Effect, series that we all love here.
Yeah,
I think we all really love BioWare just as a developer. Yep. So we saw a bit of the gameplay footage. Looks amazing. They had Fem Rider in there, or Sis Rider.
Yeah,
Some people are
Rider.
calling it Sister Rider.
They're referring to it as brother and sister.
Brother and Sister Rider. So we had Sister Rider as the. I feel like I'm calling her like a nun whenever I say that though. In the trailer. They're still doing some work on the faces, so if you notice like their faces kind of looked a little bit goofy. Yeah. So they're still doing some work on that, fixing the character models up,
which is good. But also scary. We'll talk about
that. Do you want to? Yeah, go ahead, talk about it. Go ahead.
The game is going to get delayed. I can almost guarantee at this point. Because the VGAs was the time, because they didn't do it within 7 days. This was the time to get the release date, or at least a smaller release window. May. Or March, a month, but it's still.
And that was kind of the rumor date. The rumor date was in late March.
Yeah, like March 24th. This was the time to get that date, and they haven't done it. The faces still need to be worked on. This game is going to get delayed. Like, there's no going around at this point.
On top of that, there was a lot of Twitter traffic. If you want to say tweets going back and forth, saying like
producers and directors,
between producers, directors, fans, and even like different game reporters like Colin Moriarty from Kinda Funny, being like, this game is not going to come out on time. And several of the game developers were just like, hey, we're trying here, we're doing as fast as we can, like we promise it'll be a great game for you guys. And as much as like I'm all for take your time, make a good game, but that to me is definitely a red flag. That is definitely a, hey, you know how it was maybe going to be springtime? Let's try late summer, early fall.
Let's talk about the actual footage, though.
Yeah.
Looked amazing.
It looks phenomenal.
The combat looks really fluid, way more fluid than the other Mass Effect games, especially with using your skills as a biotic. The arm shield reminded me of the Titanfall shield, where the Titan grows up and absorbs the bullets. It's really cool.
So, because in the old games we had, there were different classes, but basically your two main things is you were either tech-driven or biotic.
Or just like straight combat.
Or straight up combat, if you chose to not do either of those two things. And I played a few. I played both. But the biotic side looks like they've made so many improvements as far as what you can do.
Skills are actually like viable now.
Yes, it's like I would go through and I would just forget about having skills.
I would use like lift and stuff like that, like lift people up and screw them over. Like that's it.
Yeah, no, this one you have like, like a pulse type thing. You have fire. You have
you like a dive bomb into like Superman like dive. That was cool.
No, it's it looks like the biotic is gonna be the way to go, and that's probably how I'm gonna play first, is because of all the changes that they've made. Scary thing that Thomas kind of pointed out when he was watching the trailer is, as of right now, we don't have any footage of your allies in combat with you.
Yep.
I don't think...
No health bars or anything.
No health bars.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think maybe they're just showing solo fights. That's my thoughts. I don't think they're going to take that out. But it is something to think about.
Yeah, definitely.
To acknowledge, it being there or not being there.
We get our first female Turian, which is exciting.
Yeah.
We get a new Krogan. And that's really it. We haven't really seen...
we've seen PB, who's been in a few of them. The Asari girl.
We haven't seen a whole lot of other species so far.
Yeah.
But no, it looks phenomenal. The Nomad looks cool, which is the new Mako-esque ship. The planets look really gorgeous and really well developed. I'm excited for this. This is really going to be cool.
This is
a big deal for BioWare, especially after Inquisition, which was very lukewarm response.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be BioWare's return to form.
Yep. I agree.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay, so that wraps us up for the VGA/Thursday announcements, and we are going to move on to PSX. Okay, so next up we are going to talk about PSX and some amazing game announcements that were made. Oh my gosh. So we could spend 20 minutes talking about all of these easily, but we're not going to. We're going to try to give you a very condensed version, and we're just going to talk about the two biggest games that were announced today, both by Naughty Dog.
Boys.
Yeah, which I would say that Naughty Dog is probably one of the most influential and most...
I will say they are the best developer of games.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say that arguably they are the best developer around right now. So we started off and what's funny is we're actually going to talk about how we started off the Sony conference, and we're going to talk about how we ended it. Yeah. Starting off...
For those of you who aren't familiar with PSX, it is essentially Sony's weekend-long conference, and they have a press conference on Saturday that's kind of like their E3 press conference. So that's what they did today. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
It's only 3 years old, so I just want to...
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea to let them know. So if you watched it, awesome. If not, we're gonna give you the nitty gritty on the ending and the beginning, the very beginning. But there are tons of awesome titles thrown in there. Check it out if you have not. Yeah. We will give you a link to. Well, I guess it was a live stream, but now it's the hour, it's the recorded hour of it. Okay, so anyway, we need to get into this.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk. Yes, starting it off. We started off with Uncharted 4. DLC.
Not to give you the number on there. It was just Uncharted.
That's true. So Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
And our protagonist, if you're familiar with the series, is going to be Chloe.
Chloe Fraser from Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Who I was a big fan of in Uncharted 2. I'm sad we didn't see her as much in Uncharted. We didn't see her at all in Uncharted 3. And we barely saw her in Uncharted 4.
And then we also have in this game Nadine from Uncharted 4, which I think that she received more of a lukewarm reaction. Some people really liked her. Some people didn't. What was your opinion?
Very lukewarm. I don't really have strong feelings either way. She was fine, I guess. Like, she wasn't my favorite part, but like, she was probably my least favorite part because I liked everything else about it.
Yeah.
So, she's whatever. Yeah. But yeah, they're working together, which I'm anxious to see how that turned out. Looks like it's taking place in the Middle East.
Yes, I would assume so.
Yes. Nobody knew what this was when it first got shown. Which was really cool.
Kudos to Andrew for being one of the first people on Twitter out of all of these different game journalists and journalism companies that we follow to kind of say, hey, this is Uncharted 4. Everybody else is like, is this Tomb Raider? Is this this? Is it new?
This is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm like, guys, Rise of the Tomb Raider came out a year ago. Like, this isn't a new Tomb Raider game already. Like,
but we got to skip the humble brags.
Sorry.
But yeah, so we're going to have that game. It looks like it's going to be coming out next year.
Yeah, probably early next year.
Or that's what I would assume. And it's going to probably be akin to like Infamous First Light or something like that, to where it's not actually...
Last of Us Left Behind got more.
Last of Us Left Behind. So something to where it's not... You don't need to own Uncharted 4 to play it, but it's not the full size of a normal game.
Yeah, I know Last of Us Left Behind, which was the LD DLC, the standalone. Yeah. Kind of like this thing. It was about an hour and a half to 2 hours. From what I've heard. I haven't finished it yet. So I would assume about the same thing for this.
Yeah.
But the Last of Us Left Behind is supposed to be amazing, and so like they're good at these.
And we're going to transition right here.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Last of Us, we're going to transition to the big reveal, which was The Last of Us 2 is happening. So we saw our first trailer featuring Ellie strumming the guitar and Joel looking a little even more old man Logan.
Yeah, we don't actually see his face, which is really interesting.
I don't think it's that interesting. I think it was just the way it was shot.
I've seen some theories that they're making pretty interesting.
Oh man! Somebody get the iron or the tinfoil crown.
But it's called The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Which is the first big thing.
Which I'm glad they did, because
Yeah.
to me, then it just seems like a continuation of the first part, more so than like another game. You know what I mean?
This is our story. This is Ellie and Joel's story. This is chapter 2. This is part 2. Like,
and I just like the fact that it's like, because I think a lot of people, myself included, I'm kind of team anti. I was against The Last of Us 2.
I am too, honestly. I'm excited about it, but I'm against it. I don't think it's
But the thing is, though, is I'm not against it in the fact that I'm already dismissing the idea, because like if it happens, I'm cool with it. I'm for it. You know, that's I know. But I'm saying, like, my mentality was, if it happens, I'm okay with it, whatever. But in my opinion, if they would have said, no, we're never making another Last of Us title, I would have been totally cool with that too. I would have been like, I understand, you told the story that you needed to tell. It was beautiful, and well done. But I also trust Naughty Dog, and I'm happy that the fans are happy, and they're getting this new story. And I don't think that Naughty Dog is the type of company who would tell a story that doesn't need to be told.
I completely agree.
So I trust them very much on this. And so I guess to any skeptics like me out there, like, I think let's just think of it like that. Like, they know what they're doing. They're big kids. They got this. We don't need to parent them. Yeah.
Troy's coming back as
Troy's coming
Joel.
back.
Ashley Johnson's coming back as Ellie, and I can't remember the composer's name, but he's coming back.
The same composer,
which is I'm the most excited about. I love that.
And obviously, Naughty Dog is still.
Yep, Neil Druckmann is still, and I can't remember the co-director, but Neil Druckmann is working on it. Who did Uncharted 4 and Last of Us. So. Really, really cool trailer. Definitely go check it out. We probably had it playing during this a little bit. But yeah, really liked it. It looked gorgeous.
It did. It looked absolutely beautiful.
And I'm pretty sure they said
Fireflies are returning. Apparently, we see the Fireflies logo,
which is the rumor to be who Ellie is after.
Yes, because we do hear in this little snippet that Ellie is looking for some revenge. We don't know exactly what happened, but little girl's angry, and also not so little anymore. There's definitely some time jump in there.
It looks about 5 years.
Yeah, because she probably, I would assume she's 14 or so in the first game. She looks like she's probably 17, 18 maybe now, like an older adolescent age.
Yeah. But anyway, really excited. Naughty Dog killed that conference, and Sony overall, like
they did a very good job at PSX.
I tweeted out, like, watching that was exhausting because I was so excited about everything. I wish we could sit here and talk about everything they announced, because there's just so much.
You know what? Go ahead. I want you to list off titles right now, real quick, like 30 seconds.
Wipeout is getting an HD trilogy remake nobody asked for. This weird frisbee golf game is being remade from the PlayStation 1 that nobody asked for. Those are the 2 worst ones. Crash Bandicoot is getting the Insane trilogy, which is a remake of 1, 2, and 3. Ni no Kuni 2 is coming out next year. It looks amazing. Danganronpa Volume 3 is coming out, and it has Monokumas and Monokuma Cubs, which, oh my god, I'm excited. It's coming to PlayStation 4 and Vita. You get 5 new Vita games. This is the first time they mentioned Vita in like 2 years.
Keep going.
So that's really cool.
Parappa the Rappa
is getting an HD remake, and the demo is now live on PlayStation 4. Resident Evil 7 is getting exclusive DLC for the PlayStation and got a story trailer, finally. Ace Combat 7. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is coming to the PlayStation 4, and is going to have...
And Cut Off. We're bringing in the old cutoff thing that we used to do. Cut off.
But yeah, there's so much more. I didn't even get to all of it.
That wasn't even close to all of it. But that's just a little taste of it. Like I said, we're going to link you in our description, so check that out. Definitely. We are moving on to our next topics, because we can't talk about video games all day.
Damn.
Though actually, this next one is still video games. Then we'll move on. Yeah. So this is kind of the in-between tie. Yeah. We're going to talk about No Man's Sky.
Yeah, which is weird. We're going to talk about that in a few months.
No.
And guess who else hasn't talked about No Man's Sky in a few months? Sean Murray.
Guess who I can't talk. Wow. Guess who else hasn't talked about it in months? Most of society. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about No Man's Sky. A patch came out, the Foundation patch, or is what it was called, I believe. Yep. And it added so much to the game. Oh my gosh. Made it a lot more... You could build settlements now, essentially, is like the biggest thing.
That's the big thing, is the settlement building. They made certain resources more common, so you can now recruit aliens on spaceships to go work at your base and stuff like that.
In its essence, or in essence, they made the game a lot more full, and in a lot of people's eyes, a lot more playable.
Yeah, the player, like simultaneous player count on Steam skyrocketed enough to be able to take it.
Definitely. And then speaking about playability and making people happy and want to play the game more, we also have some news that No Man's Sky actually won the case against like the UK like advertising exactly, because there are people who are trying to sue No Man's Sky for false advertising. No Man's Sky won, so those people out there who are still like giving it shit for not advertising everything that you wanted to see, blah blah blah, I had 2 words for you, buddy. Buyer beware. Like, that's part of that whole thing. It wasn't false advertising.
I understand your grievance, but in the court of law, it's ruled fine. So, I mean, whatever. Yeah. I will say something about No Man's Sky real quick in the foundation.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to go play it just to test it out, and I'm mad because they reset the universe, so it changed your position. So for me, I was on this planet, and when I left off, I just found a new crashed ship, and I was working on repairing it. So when they reset the universe, they kicked me with my new ship back to a space station. Ship's still broken. I can't leave the space station and go harvest any resources, so I have to buy everything. I have to wait for traders to come in with the resource I need, so I just fucking started all over.
Yes.
It's stupid.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm very sorry.
I'm not gonna play it again. Probably it's 15 seconds.
That's true. Yeah, you are really big on 15. Which, yes, we'll go ahead. We were originally going to cut this topic, but quick little sentence. Final Fantasy 15 is the best-selling Final Fantasy game, or fastest-selling Final Fantasy game in the series.
Yeah, don't discredit 7. We had like 80 different versions.
Yeah.
Also,
cool
that's
stuff.
what happens when you have 10 years with pre-orders.
Yeah. Shots fired. Yeah, that was a little... but that's all we're going to do as far as talking about that goes. We're going to move on to news that is not related to video games. We're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Still staying in the realm of space. We just saw the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 teaser trailer.
Right before we started filming.
It came out like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, cool stuff.
Oh my god. Baby Groot was really the highlight of this whole thing. He really was the focus, and he is hilarious again.
He is going to be, I feel like Rocket was very much, Rocket and Groot, I guess, to an extent, were the comedic relief in the first one.
Drax, too.
And Drax, yeah, you're right. You totally are.
Yeah.
Really, this whole movie is just a comedic relief from most superhero movies.
Definitely. Especially Batman vs. Superman. Anyway. But yeah, you got Baby Groot, who's adorable, and Rocket really taking on the parent role in the relationship, which is weird from the first one. Drax being obnoxious Drax as usual and hilarious. Star-Lord being dopey. Gamora, we actually didn't see a lot.
No.
I don't think she said a single word.
I don't think she does. She smiles.
Yeah, she smiles. We see Mantis. We get a first look at Mantis, which was cool.
She looks good.
Yeah, she does. Ronan, or not Ronan. Yondu. I keep on calling him Ronan.
That's
Yondu's
weird.
not there. Nebula, we didn't see. We saw them in the
and
teaser.
We did see them in the teaser, but they were not in this teaser trailer, the longer version of it. But it looks really cool. I'm very excited. It looks grander. The monsters look bigger. It's a little bit more technicolor.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. It's a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
More colorful.
Yeah, I'm excited. Emily lost her freaking mind about Baby Groot, and it's hilarious.
Emily, that's her new favorite comic book character, Baby Groot.
She said, So
anyway, cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to a little bit more comic book news, but kind of unexpected.
This is our last piece, isn't it?
Yes, this is our last piece. We're gonna talk about the CW just picked up Riverdale.
Yeah, Riverdale.
I was gonna call it Riverside, but that's where my mom grew up. Riverdale. And it's going to be based off of the Archie comic books.
I forgot we were talking about this.
Yes.
Oh.
So interesting.
No.
I'd be willing to try it out. A lot of people who like Archie kind of like the unexpectedness of this.
Okay, here's the deal. It was a 20-second trailer, and
it was only 20 seconds long. It was very short.
They advertise as the station or the channel, the network that brought you Vampire Diaries and Gossip Girl. So automatically, I'm like, fuck that.
To be fair, I can't get into Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl is just, I've tried and I'm like, no. Like, I just can't do it. Vampire Diaries, I did get into until, like, the 4th season, and then I hated it. It gets really bad. The first few seasons are very Buffy-esque, and I like them, okay? The first one's a little bit weak because it's a little bit too lovey-dovey, but once it starts getting into the action and, like, the cool, like, vampire fighting-y, like, feuding stuff, that's a little bit better. So, to be fair, those seasons are okay.
Riverdale's gonna have all that without the vampires. It's
supposed to be, like, a more of a detective mystery type thing, though. The only thing I'm getting at is, yes, it looks very CW. It's very, like, gritty teenage drama. But at the same time, I'm not going to dismiss it yet. Okay?
We should just call the CW the Flash channel. It's the only quality thing they put out.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I think it looks okay. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not gonna hate it.
I might watch, like, the first 5 minutes before I turn it off and never turn it back on.
Seems about right. So that wraps up this week in geek news.
Jesus, this is a long week. I know. And literally everything happened in the last 3 days.
Yeah, seriously, the whole Game Awards, PSX, it took up a large portion of this, but we did do a Twitter survey. We sent it out to you guys. So follow us on Twitter, because like I do post stuff like that because I like to get your guys' feedback and know what you want to hear me talk about. And I got feedback saying that people wanted more than just the Game Awards. So I wanted to touch on a couple other different topics.
And then PSX happened. We weren't expecting as much big things to come out of PSX, so we kind of video games took the dominant role.
But that's okay, because most of the time video games do not on this show.
So sorry. Real quick before we go, though, special shout out to our GoFundMe supporter, Joe Jackson. You've seen him on the show before.
Joe Jackson.
Friend of the show. He's a great guy. He sponsored us on GoFundMe in order to help us get new equipment and unlock the tier to get a shout out and a producer credit on the episode. So thank you so much, Joe. This is your episode. Thank you so much for making this possible. Thank you to all of our supporters who have made this possible. We really appreciate it.
We've raised almost $600 on there, which is absolutely incredible. Yes. Incredible.
So thank you guys all so much. You guys have been great. GoFundMe.com/funsubtrendy. We're still looking to get our goal. We're about $900 short right now. But we've made such great progress thanks to you guys in the last couple months.
Honest to God.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the last of it.
That is the last of it. That's the last of us. That's where I was going to go too. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Be sure to check us out at facebook.com/subtrendy, youtube.com/subtrendy, and any other thing that you could possibly type in /subtrendy, because that's us. That's who we are.
Pornhub.com/subtrendy. You won't find anything there. Go there. Anyway,
Anyway, all right. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you later on.